In the next 8 minutes, I'm going to tell you exactly why my client and I turned down over £7,000 and why traditional funnels are ruining your business and leaving you constantly stressed. Most people in the info space only share their client wins. Today, I want to share one of the biggest mistakes destroying info businesses and entrepreneurs, how it cost me and my client, and how we're restructuring the strategy to bounce back. I'm going to break down the two main lessons of how you can avoid this same trap. Lesson number 1, why it will cause you to fail. When we first launched our campaign, we had high hopes. The nutritionist had an incredible 6-week program, hundreds and hundreds of testimonials, and overall a really strong offer. However, once we launched, what we knew deep down was becoming very clear. First, I want to tell you a story about Icarus. When Icarus was trapped on an island with his father, he made them both wings made out of wax and feathers so that they could fly off. Icarus was warned, but as he soared too high, he felt this insane power, and he flew higher and higher until the sun melted his wings and he crashed hard. The story of Icarus isn't just a myth, it's a warning of when you try to rush to the top without respecting the processes or limits, you risk crashing harder as if you had just paced yourself. See, flying is possible, but only if you build strong wings and you know how to use them. Your wings in this story are your foundations. That's your systems, your strategy, and your content. Even though we did loads of testing with our ads, we split test our headlines, A/B tested everything. It just wasn't enough. We knew this funnel was going to be expensive. We calculated a call booking rate of about $75 per call. And to be honest, the numbers actually did line up. Every $75 we spent, we had another call get booked. We thought the campaign would be expensive because we were running ads to a cold audience. And we were doing this to try and build a more affluent audience for my client. When you run ads to a cold audience, you expect colder leads. However, these leads weren't just cold, they were freezing. And the issue was we actually didn't have enough foundations to build enough trust to get them to convert. And this experience taught me that it's not just enough to run ads. Without the right testing and foundations, even a good product and service just won't convert. So where is the failure? The failure is jumping the gun, starting too early, not sitting back and making your style of content and building your systems correctly, running straight into the ads, straight into the sales calls. It's just not enough, and it will tire you out. Lesson number 2, pulling the plug early. I know what you're thinking, well, why didn't you just push through? I know it would have worked, and I'll tell you why. Our KPIs were on track. Like I said before, every $75 we spent, a call got booked. I'm confident to say that if we did stay in and running our ads another week, that we would have signed that first client. But here's the main issue. This nutritionist isn't any nutritionist. She's actually my mum. And to some of you, that might be cringe. I get it. We had many conversations about her business and how we can break into the online coaching market because together we both have the skills and resources to do so. But when we were in the full swing of things, something just fell off. It felt like we were squeezing and dragging these people to work with us. And we didn't like that because we knew that if we were dragging and squeezing these people through the sales funnel, we'd be doing the exact same through the whole program. And what's the point in that? You don't build a long-lasting lifestyle transformation by pulling people uphill against their will. If these people aren't leaning in from the start, then the energy flips and it's almost like we are dragging and almost begging these people to work with us. And that is the exact opposite of what we set out to create in the first place. Not even to mention the inevitability of split payments and refunds. We wanted clients who were eager to work with us and excited to change their life. Not clients who feel like a burden before day one even starts. And for that reason, we shut it down. See, as a coach, there is nothing worse than uncommitted clients. And if you're a coach watching right now, you know exactly what I'm talking about. See, if you've lived through this, you know that it's 100 times more stressful to have one uncommitted client than 10 committed clients. And it's because you feel like you're doing more work, you're spending more time with them, and you're expending so much energy into one person who doesn't even want the change for themselves. And the reason we shut it down is because we knew that this would be our reality for the next 6 weeks. Our ideal clients for the nutritionists who want to transform their body and their whole lifestyle, they need a bit more time to convert. They need to build that trust. And so coaches, listen up. This is how we're moving forward and flipping the strategy to work in our favor. All right, so this is the final part. This is the comeback plan. See, coaches today are building a content system that works. Think of it more like an ecosystem. It's a cycle of nurturing that builds trust and supports changing beliefs. So instead of just running ads, this is how we're going to be building our foundations. To help me explain it, I want to tell you the story about the Chinese bamboo tree. In this story, the farmer plants a bamboo tree. He sees no visible growth for the first year. The second year, no visible growth. The third and fourth year, the same. And all while this farmer is looking after his bamboo tree. This farmer is very patient. He cares and he waters for this bamboo tree and gives it a lot of time and energy, even when he's not getting anything in return. In the fifth year, this bamboo tree grows up to 15 meters. What you don't realize, in those first 4 years, when the farmer was caring for it, that bamboo tree was building its root system. And this root system was so extensive that it supported and helped this tree grow up to 15 meters in the first year. People are expecting that explosive growth in 1 year, but really they don't have the root system that can even support them through that. But this is the power of building your foundations deep. When you create the right environment and you build the right systems and foundations, you'll be able to grow in such an explosive manner, in an upward momentum that feels natural. So, how do you build this ecosystem? Well, plain and simple, it's this: a cycle of different forms of content across 5 different touch points, delivering the most amount of value possible. This only validates you as an expert and allows you to share your true, authentic self. And after a few months, your audience will start to convert. They will want to take action within themselves. It will be their decision, and take action with you because they have grown to trust you. So what does this all mean? Pretty much, your clients will become more committed. And through that, your client acquisition is easier, you'll be spending less money on ads, and you'll be able to scale sustainably. Everyone gets better results, and it's not magic. It is literally just the concept of building your roots deep. Just work on your foundations, work on your content ecosystem. Don't try and rush to the top. Don't try and take shortcuts, because it's just not going to work, or at least not for the long term. That way, we're all stacking the odds in our favor and creating businesses that grow consistently and at a healthy scale. So this experience was a trap for me, and I'm glad that I caught it early, because it's feedback that I can now share with you. I'm glad that I'm in a position where I'm able to shut things down if they're not going the way that we want them. I'm never going to do anything for money that I don't enjoy or anything that's going to stress me out. Of course, the business is stressful, but when you're trying to have an impact on people, it's really got to be right. The most important lesson it taught me was just trying to jump the gun. It's cheating in athletics, so you should be keeping that same mindset with you in business. Now that we're building deeper foundations and growing our content ecosystem, the results will be different next time. Coaches, I hope you see how this applies to your business too. The truth is the ecosystem model is changing the trajectory of the info space, and those who will adapt will thrive, and those who get left out will get left behind. Thank you for watching all the way to the end. If you want to see how this plays out, make sure you go below and subscribe. Make sure you also follow me on Instagram, and my DMs will be open if you want to talk about anything, ask any questions. I really appreciate any feedback from this video. So yeah, until next time, bye-bye.